What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Young Phillip, and I'm back with another video for y'all today. And before we get started with today's video, make sure y'all click the like button down below, give it a thumbs up, and make sure y'all click that subscribe button, click the bell so y'all can be notified and don't miss any of my videos. Today's video is going to be simply titled BMF Episode 3 Review. So without further ado, let's begin. We flash back to Meech and Terry's childhood, where Terry's in the kitchen cooking a burger off himself, and Meech is like, you gonna share that or we're gonna have a problem. And then Meech and Terry are fighting while Nicole's in the living room watching Soul Train and dancing. And the boys had broke their mama's vase or china. And then neither one would give up who broke it. So they both got whipping together. Flashback to the present time. Back to 1980 something. Meech gets cut off by Pat's car, and Meech tells Pat that he gets in Pat's car and he was like, "I'm very disappointed in you." And Meech tells him that he's been dealing with T shooting, and he was like, I call excuses. I call personal problems like this, and he was like, excuses, and just like everybody, just like assholes, everyone have them, and Pat pretty much tell Meech that he have at least 6 days to pretty much come up with his money, or there will be an issue, and he will be taxing him 10 points. And Rock was like, they won't be able to climb from this. He was like, that's the point, is to keep my foot on their necks to make sure they don't try to rise up. And then they have a welcome back party for T, and he is to stay in the house for a couple of days. Meech tells Terry about how they have to pretty much come up with the loot in the next 6 days and whatnot. And then also their father take Meech's keys away from him since he don't live with them no more. And now 12th Street have to deal with Femel being in the hospital after getting every inch of his life being beaten, and J-Mo's missing. They automatically thinking it's 50 boys. But Lamar was going to take care of it, but Tiny was like, "No, we gonna move to the back, but that's only till Femel get out the hospital." And then Meech decided to come up with a plan of coming in contact with some guys who do like who work at the factories, to try to get them people that do the food trucks, to try to use the food trucks and shit. And then Terry is interrogated about the shooting incident, and LaWanda says that the car was from her uncle, and the police leave, and Lopez try to question Detective Bryant, and that leads to him saying, like, if you ever question me about my integrity again, I'm gonna beat you like I'm gonna beat you like you stole something. And then B. Mickey and Meech are somewhat still at odds after the whole J-Mo situation. And B. Mickey let Kato know, like, yo, whatever Meech go through, that's family. And then Lamar visits Femel in the hospital, threatens him if he doesn't leave, there will be consequences. And he grabbed hold of Femel's hand so hard that he unintentionally released a little something. And then Pat pops up on Meech and Terry at a club. He's like, y'all got time to F off? I'm moving y'all delivery up a day. And then a host of then now they gotta do whatever it takes to like try to make this money to pay off Pat. And then Lucille found out that Meech had paid the mortgage for the house, and she's like, I told you not to do that. And she don't want Meech to say anything to anybody about that. And Police roll up on Meech and Terry trying to figure out what happened to J-Mo, and he was like, I don't know. Like he ain't giving out no answer or nothing. But when he talked to Terry, he told him the real truth of what really happened to J-Mo, and they gotta be he wants to be 50-50 from here on out. And then they were gonna have like a bowling party for Terry since he's back home. And then next thing you know, more and more problems are happening. Oh yeah, Lamar's getting really acquainted with Zoe again. Monique is starting to pay more attention to Lamar than she is with Meech. And then they finally managed to be able to pay off their little debt to Pat. And now he got his money, but Pat is up in that bitch getting high as hell. And then it's time for the night of the bowling party for T's welcome back party. Things is going real smooth. And then we end up finding out that Kato has been working for Lamar on the low. And Lamar wants info. Who's holding and whatnot. And then Meech notices the 12th Street gang just a few lanes away from them at the bowling alley. And now they figure out who's the top dog at 12th Street, and it's Lamar. And they suspect that he was the one that stomped out Famel, and Lamar was the one that probably popped Terry. And then Terry go back home after LaWanda go back to where LaWanda stayed, and she's pissed at him for all this little bullshit. And then go back home and walk into the parents arguing after Charles ended up finding out that Meech had paid off the house mortgage and all this and that. And then Charles decides he's going to just leave right then and there. Meech goes visit Monique unannounced to try to tell Monique about Lamar, but unbeknownst to him, he was already there. And it was like, you better get moving or I'm going to have to bust your head wide open. And then Meech pulls out his gun. And Monique was like, really? You going to pull out a strap while my daughter's inside? She's like, get the fuck away from my house before I call the police on you. He's like, man, fuck it, man. We done. He's like, nigga, you been done. Get to stepping. He said, fuck you, charcoal ass nigga. You ain't bad. Fuck you think you talking to. And that was pretty much the end of the episode. And we'll be tuning in to episode 4 of BMF very soon, so stick around. I'd like to say thank y'all for tuning in to today's episode. Make sure y'all click the like button down below. Give it a thumbs up. Make sure y'all click that subscribe button. Click the bell so y'all can be notified. Don't miss any of my videos. Don't forget to add me on social media at YoungPhilip_00. That's Instagram. Then there's Snapchat, Ryan361005, and TikTok at YoungPhilip00. With that being said.